All right. Well, how goes it? So, today I have a Nyxkeys Hermes Numpad prototype in raw. So we're going to build this today. And one of the things I'm going to do 12 builds. So we're going to do Saru V2s, Wingtree Purple Tees, and we are going to test with 6 different Numpads or number keys from 6 different manufacturers. We got GMK, we got JTK, Alohakb, DCS, Keykobo, and SWG. I love the cloth that this thing comes with, but the case itself isn't the production case. If you go into the Nyxkeys Discord, you'll see some pictures of the new production cases. All right, that's everything out. And let's see what we got here. Let me get this ready. Okay. What do we got here? Nyxkeys, you know exactly what type of screws these are, or what these screw specs are? Let me see. That looks about right. I'm doing great. The baby is great. I can actually hear her fussing a little bit upstairs. But my wife got it covered. So she knows that I'm down here streaming. Metric M2. I think that's it. Nope. Metric M2. Hex. Okay, where's my hex one? Da, 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 da. Yeah, where the heck is it? We'll figure it out. How's it going? Whatever one I picked first was pretty much on the money, and I moved from it. So let's go back. I think it was this one. Yep. Sinister, how's it going? Vice, how's it going? Good to see y'all tonight. It looks like I'm missing a screw here. And unfortunately, I don't... Let me just see how these screws look. I don't think I have a spare that looks similar to that. We'll just proceed without it. Or I'll look in the case and see if the screw just happens to be in here. Oh, well, looks like there may be some extras. Yep. I'm going to take a look in here. Yeah, this looks sufficient right there. We are good to go. All right. Stabilizers I'm going to use are, I have some, I'm being a little bit lazy. I had some, what are these? Stupid stabs that were sitting here already lubed that I wasn't using, so I will just reuse them. And yeah, that's what we're going to use. Got an alu plate. Let's open up the PCB. You know what? So that I don't lose these, I'm going to stick these on my magnetized tray here. And I will put this back in. One second here. You know it's not a big H stream unless he's sipping a little something nice. Today, I'm doing a little Starlight Mizunara finish. Okay, back to the board. Cool. Let's put the stabilizers on. That is not one I got from Japan, actually. Even though Mizunara is a Japanese oak. Fun fact, I believe Mizunara, the tree has to be, I think, 400 years old before they can cut it and use for a whiskey barrel. So that's why I think it's the most expensive wood that can be used in aging. So generally, if another company, so Starlight is a American company. Yeah. So, but and I've actually visited that distillery. Their stuff is really, really good. So when they did the Mizunara finish, it didn't release in Pennsylvania, but I was able to get like 3 bottles of it. Some website was selling it, so grabbed it. Come on. I hate these little things here. Yeah, Vice, baby is doing okay. She's just chilling. She's, you know, it's weird because she already looks different. You know, like they grow really quick. Well, that went somewhere. So, like, I can see it in her face. Like, she looks a little different. She looks a little bigger. And it's literally, like, not even week 3. And because of that, she's a little fussy. They get a little fussy because they're weird, tiny little humans that are growing at a rapid pace. So. She's doing this weird thing where she eats a little bit, looks at you, fusses, comes back around, eats some more, fusses, comes back around, then finishes her food. So feeding is starting to take a little longer than it used to, but, you know, such is my life. All right, let's start with the Saru V2s. And for the people that are watching, do you want to save GMK for last? Do you want to go GMK first? Do you want to kind of go through the off ones first, kind of like Alohakb and JTK, which aren't necessarily like the big boys, and then move to DCS, SWG, Keykobo. Dealer's choice. All right, well, while I'm doing the installing the Sarus, we will figure that portion out. All right. And for anyone on the stream, and I'll say this later as well, Nyxkeys does still have a couple extras in stock. Well, no, not technically in stock because the actual thing is not out yet. But you can order and get in on the a late group buy. So if you like what you see today, you like what you hear, you like the finished product, please check out their website and order you one. Another project from Nyxkeys is the Eclipse TKL, which I was extremely excited for. As you guys are aware, and you know, I am a massive TKL fan. So I was feeling that from the jump and ordered it the moment I was able to. So join the Discord, take a look, check it out. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the boards that, listen, if I give my money to something, I'm excited. And, money doesn't grow on trees. And when I spend my money, I'm extremely excited. So that was a board when I saw saw it immediately from a design standpoint. I was extremely, extremely happy. All right. So, a little top mount action here. Where did I put the other screws at? There they are. Come on. Cool. All right, these look like the same. They sure are. Not just a shout out. I mean, hey, thanks for letting a brother, get a prototype and test something out before it, releases to the public. What's up, Gorkus? Damn, this one's not. All right, you know what? All right, I'm gonna do the vertical method where I just go like this because this one does not want to cooperate. Yeah, I can't wait. Actually, I'll tell you this. I bought keycaps that I think will go with the proto that I saw that, you sent Naveed. I think it was Desk Hero had a little sale a few weeks ago. So I grabbed a couple things from that sale. Matsu and another set. Okay. All right, come on. All right, looks good. Just making sure everything is in. Yep. Another sip time. Okay. We are close to giving this a go. What's going on, Shy? Happy Sunday. Is it really happy? If everyone works a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, is it really happy Sunday? That screw feels like it's slightly different. Come on. Last one. Reasonably happy. Me too. That is... That is a different, like, screw head. That's just like a completely different screw. Or is it stripped? Yeah, let me see what I can do here. Let me try a different. Yeah, these two seem potentially stripped. Which is okay. Stuff happens. Yeah. Alright, well, they're in well enough. Let me hold on. Let me just see if something else works on this slightly stripped one, and yeah, that thing is stripped. Okay. Yeah. Well, let me see something. I may have. You said these are. What's the spec again? They're metric M2, but what thread? No, those won't work. I have a lot of extra screws. M2, yes. Let me check this board here. 1 second. I think I have. Nope, those screws wouldn't work. All right, well, we're good to go. So let's do, since it's the closest to me, I will start with the GMK set. And move this to the side here. But here is the raw proto. In all of its glory. That is a dope ass back piece. All right. So we got Saru V2s, and we're gonna do Mikland. Good thing about this being raw, and with this prototype, is that raw pretty much goes with everything. So, or everything pretty much goes with raw. So that's Mikland Rebirth on raw. Let's plug her in. And I'm going to give her a little test. And let's see here. I'm going to keyboard tester and checking this one out. Is my numlock not working? No, it is. Can't seem to change the numlock, but whatever. We're here about, it's a prototype, and we're here about the sound today. So, we got GMK, we got HMX Saru V2, we got the Nyxkeys Hermes raw prototype. So let's give us a little bit of a sound test. And I'm going to do JTK next. Or sorry, Alohakb, JTK, DCS, Keykobo, and SWG. So let's get a little closer. Nice, nice, nice. All right. Yeah, 10 hands will do that to you. Is it programmable in VIA? If it is, maybe I can... Nope, I don't see... Okay. All right, we're going to switch keycaps now. Yeah, figured. Put things back in order so that I can switch between them. The raw finish is nice. I mean, it's raw, and it's a proto, so it's got a little scuffed. You know, it's changed hands about 10 times from my understanding. But, you know, take a look. You know what? Let me get my better keycap puller. This is from Regilicious Turnt Wood Pullers. I saw them at the Novel Keys meetup, and the funny thing is, I didn't plan on buying this. As with several things in this hobby, sometimes I wake up on Discord and I'm buying things because someone messaged me. So I was added to a group chat of just like, hey, I heard you wanted one of these. Start throwing out some design. I was like, whoa. Okay, I guess I'm buying it. So I kind of wanted black and gold. And so, you know, so they did this ebony wood and this stone. Don't get me lying, man. I don't know what the hell this stone was. But it kind of had that amber gold color. Has, let's see if it focuses. Has almost like these crystal structures inside. And then it's sitting on, I think that was brass. So yeah. Really nice work. It went around for a second. I think it went to the person that does like the shoots for like the photos for Novel Keys. I think he got it. They sent it to him first so he could take some photos, and then it got sent to me. Don't ask me how much it cost. It was a decent amount, and I don't remember. All right. Yeah, that's right, Nephilock. So this is Alohakb firearm. This set actually has some sentimental value for me. So a couple years ago, I was not in this hobby whatsoever. I always had, like, enjoyed a really good keyboard. I had no idea that there was this kind of building your own. but then I had heard about it just being in tech, seeing it on various, I think like The Verge and stuff like that had mentioned like building your own boards, things like that. But I never took any further look than that, right? And so I used to use Unicomp Model M's, which are basically like a redo of the IBM Model M, like a more modern version. And so I use that, the buckling spring keyboard. Where did that keycap go? Oh, sorry. So I used to use that, and I had that thing for a long time. But the way everything is designed in my office, and sometimes my not paying attention. What up, Mo Chief? I would spill tea. So I spilled tea on it once or twice, and it had issues. And so I essentially like sent it back for RMA, and then one time I did it again. And then I eventually said, you know what? They have a newer model out. I bought that, stuck the other one in a drawer. Then I had that one for maybe like 8 years or so. And then I did the same thing. For some reason, they took a long time to get my RMA the last time I did it, right? I looked around my office. I couldn't find a board that, like, anything that I would want to type in and do my work on. I was frustrated. I was thinking about bringing just like a razor that I had from back home into the office. Like, I was literally like, dude, what's going on? So went, there's this hobby out there of building keyboards that I'd heard about a long time ago. Started looking into that. Got sent to Keychron. Sorry, that was where I started. I'll finish this after I do a little sound test here. So this is Alohakb firearm. I think, in my opinion, this is a lot more deeper than the GMK keycaps that I tried prior. What do you guys think? I believe these are ABS as well. I think. So that was, for anybody jumping in, that was Alohakb firearm on the Hermes Proto with HMX Saru V2s. Later on, once I get through all 6 of these, we're going to go back and we're going to do the Wing Tree purple tees and see how things sound with those. But I just wanted to kind of have a baseline build and try 6 different manufacturers' keycaps and just see if there really is a difference and if you really detect a difference. But anyway, finishing my story. Got a Keychron, started doing some research. Research took me to Mech Market, Reddit. Was not using Discord at that time. Started realizing, oh, okay, there's a US dash or, country code dash where you're located. So I said, you know what, let me do US dash PA. If you guys don't know, I'm from the Pittsburgh suburbs. And so I thought, it's probably going to be Philadelphia, which for you people that are do not understand, Philadelphia is like 6 hours away. We are not neighbors. We do not like each other. So, I do US-PA. My other hobby is firearms. And I see this Alohakb firearm set for sale. So I reach out to the person. So like, hey, where are you at in PA? I'm also in PA, but I'm in Pittsburgh. Where are you at? And that person says, me too. So I go, can I meet you today? They're like, sure. So bought the set from him, met him downtown where he lived, and he sold me the set. See? Yeah. Oh, yeah, they are PPT. Okay. Yeah, I was wrong. Couldn't remember. So yeah, me and him met. We started talking. Like I said, I was very, very new to the hobby. Probably had only built like 2 boards at that time. And then he was like, hey, you going to the meetup? I'm like, meetup? I'm like, man, what are you? He was like, oh, yeah, the Pittsburgh meetup is happening in a few weeks. I think it was like 2 weeks. I'm like, oh, sure. So I'm free that day. So then I visited the meetup, and the rest is history. Now I've thrown multiple Pittsburgh meetups together for the Pittsburgh group. All right. We have JTK, Suited Assassin, on the Hermes prototype in raw. We'll see how this one sounds here. I think these were in between the Alohakb and GMK. GMK definitely, for me, sound-wise, has been the winner so far. And Nyxkeys, I'm definitely going to take a look after the stream. I'll see if I have any screws that are not stripped for the next person. Because, yeah, that bad boy is stripped. Next stream, not sure when it'll arrive, but I just got shipping for my Haven 103. So no, I may have something. That's why I say it. I got a bunch of screws and stuff lying around, so if I have something, I will see if it works. And all right, so next, DCS. This is DCS Intro Beige. I believe this set may be destined for my OGR2 eventually. I've kind of forgot I owned it until I was going through my keycaps a few months ago, and said like, oh, I have this set. That's right. If you're unfamiliar, DCS or Signature Plastics, their keycaps are a little bit thinner than GMK. I'm highly up on, or not up on, but I really, really like their sets. I really, really like their keycaps. I think they go very, very well with tactiles. Yeah. DCS and tactiles, fantastic. All right. DCS Intro Beige on the Hermes Raw Proto. HMX Sorrow V2s. I ain't gonna lie, I would have to go back to GMK and see how that sounds, but between these and GMK, this feels like it was my favorite, but I am not 100% sure. I'll leave that up to the video on demand and being able to go back and see side by side. So, Nyxkeys, do you have any estimate on where is the Eclipse Proto at right now in the world? Just wondering, so I can gauge when I may potentially stream it. That's all. All right. Keykobo time. This is Keykobo Izakaya. Ooh. What color's the R2 that you got? Wasn't it like a blue and like blackish color, the R1 that was sent around? That was the Cerakote one. Gotcha. Sending raw R2 for you. Nice. Raw top, black bottom, black. Nice. Alright, so we got Keykobo, Izakaya. What do you guys think? Definitely think it's a little deeper than the DCS. I thought DCS and GMK were very similar to my ear. Keykobo seemed a little bit deeper to me, but you guys let me know what you think. I can hear the little one upstairs being a little fussy for mommy. Yeah, you know, that's my early thoughts as well. We'll see if that persists through the next set of switches. All right, these are SWG or SW. This is SW, what the heck is this called? Wilds. Come on. You know, when I rebuild these, I think it's better to have all these keycaps in this region. Yes, that is correct. It is like an ABS with PBT. This is probably the most unique one out of here because, you know, DCS is ABS. I think, you know, I know, you know, DCS, GMK, both ABS, Keykobo, ABS. I guess Alohakb's was PBT. I think JTK was ABS, but, you know, I forget. So this one is ABS PBT. All right. Hermes, Raw Proto with SW Wild. Let's get that good old sound test going. show this. There we go. Sorry, the inner wasn't fully seated. Okay. So I'm going to move backwards through. I'm going to start with this set, but we're going to move from the Sarus to the Wing Tree Purple Tees. I'm going to say kind of no surprise, GMK and DCS were, for my sound profile, were probably my number 1 and number 2. What do you guys think? And I'll share another story here. This desk mat is from some company called, I think, DeskPad Hero. Supposedly, if you go to their website, it says a 6-week lead time. I ordered this desk pad in February, and I didn't get it until 2 weeks ago, maybe, if not even that. They don't communicate. They don't seem to respond to emails. And it got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm just going to create a, complaint because you're not responding. You said 6 weeks. It had been months. And then they did respond. And it wasn't a response. It was more like an automated message. And then it was like another couple months after that. And so I got fed up and just said, you know what? I did a PayPal dispute. And I got my money back pretty much immediately from PayPal because I shared my attempts at contacting them and no replies. And yeah, I ended up actually getting it in, obviously, as you can see, it's under my desk, for free, because they couldn't be bothered to respond to the dispute. It was open for weeks and was automatically ruled in my favor when they couldn't even bother to respond. So they did ship it, and I got this and another desk mat for free. I will also say, if you go to their website, they say that these are 4 millimeters thick. That is, these are 3 millimeter desk pads. So that's also another lie. Reason why I picked these 2 switches, number one, I wanted newer switches that had released pretty recently. I'm a tactile only person as well, as you guys may be familiar with. And I wanted 2 different types of tactile as well. The purple tees, these are a light tactile, in the vein of an MX Brown. And the Saru V2s are in the vein of like a Type R with a immediate bump and a bump that persists throughout the entirety of the key press. I was thinking about also doing a traditional P bump as well, but I'm just going to keep it to these two for now. All right. Wing tree, purple tees on SW Wild. I'm going to just want to type it. Okay. All right. Wing tree, purple tees on SW Wild. Yeah, I think these switches livened up this sound on so far. I mean, and the sorrows are very, very nice, very, very clacky, nice high pitch. I'm extremely happy with the sound of those. But these, man, these purple tees, that sounded a lot better with this set. I don't know if you guys agree, but to my ear, that was a better move with this Numpad. Also, I should have the new Tororo switches in Wednesday, so you'll see a little Big H sound test come in for those. That's a light tactile, and it's using something proprietary. I forget the exact specs, but I don't know if it's something they worked with the manufacturer on, and I don't know. We'll see. From any of the sound tests that Toro did, they sounded great. So we shall see. All right, now we're going to Keykobo. Back to Izakaya. Keykobo Izakaya with the Wing Tree Purple Tees. Damn. Those sound great as well with the Keykobo. Nyxkeys, you placing an order right now? I think from a sound perspective, so far with this Numpad, I don't know, I feel like the Purple Tees may be the winner. Which is not what I was expecting, because I am extremely high on the Saru from the feel and the sound. And I'm also, high on the Purple Tees, which is why I picked this switch for this sound test. But I was not expecting to kind of universally think they are better so far for the first two tests than the Sarus were. That's hilarious. You already made a purchase. All right. I think it was DCS next. That's right. And as I've said on the other streams, if anybody wants to send me anything to build, I just reach out on Discord, and private message me. I don't care, even if you want me to solder. I love building these boards, and I will do it at no charge. So, and I get to, stream something. So, all right, DCS with the Wing Tree Purple Tees in the Hermes Proto. Damn. That this row. Definitely hear a little. This row sounds crazy. The scratch is delightful. That was DCS. also just ordered Akko put out some new switches. Don't sleep on Akko. I mean, it's not like they're making them themselves. They just commission another vendor. Akko did the cilantros, which were one of HMX's first tactiles, and still probably one of the clackiest HMXs that they've released. I think these ones were made by Huano. Maybe, I'm not sure. The Akko, I think they were called the U1. They're kind of pink, even though I think they're called the creamy purples, which is whatever. But yeah, those should be on the way soon. So a few weeks for those, since they're coming from China. Or actually, no, I think they're coming from the EU, I believe. These are really deep sounding keycaps, huh? All right. It really is. I mean, that's kind of why I wanted to do this, comparison, because, I mean, I could just flip between multiple brands, different switches. So right now we have JTK Suited Assassin with the Wingtree Purple Tees. Yeah, definitely. What I find interesting about this entire experiment is that every single one of these has sounded different. From some sounding a little deeper, some sounding a little brighter, louder. There's two more. We have Alohakb, and then we go back to our boys in Germany, GMK. Is Alohakb even still around? Like, remember when I got into this hobby, and like I said, I'm a firearms guy. I saw this set. I wanted to buy damn near everything they had, like Warrior, I think 2, Warrior 3. And then I started realizing, like, wait a minute, this company kind of lies with their renders. Even the render of this set had several keys that were different colors by the time it released. Keys that weren't that they still show on their website that never came with the set. And then they had some site was going out of business, and they had like Alohakb Great Wall, and I bought that for like dirt cheap. Opened up that set, it didn't look a damn thing like the renders. And I was like, okay, I'm done with that set. All right. Alohakb firearm. Wing Tree Purple Tees. I'm not mad at it. I actually don't hate the sound of this set at all. Kind of has that marbly, like a marbly, creamy sound to me. Yeah, I agree, Sinister. But the one thing that I don't like is after the set is released, like, update your photos. You know, like, why do you still have, you know, photos that are showing a set, these renders that are not the set that actually came out? That's my issue. Because it wasn't like they were group buys. They were, you know, they were like kind of like not pre-orders, but they would sell out and then they would come back in stock. Yeah. Exactly. All right. All roads lead back to GMK. So once I'm done, I wonder what you guys think sounded the best combination and how you would rank the sound. Yeah, I mean, yeah, GMK is the gold standard. But that doesn't mean DCS won't sound better. That does look really good on this proto. Like that fucks so hard with raw. All right. GMK. Wing Tree Purple Tees. I have to go back, review the tape. Not sure which one I thought was superior or not. I mean, I definitely feel like DCS was up there. GMK is the gold standard. In between the other four, SWG, Keykobo, JTK, Alohakb, I'm not sure where I put the rank at. When it comes to feel and like texture, I find Keykobo to be really damn good. Like really good. So I generally have no issues buying Keykobo, even though I'm kind of a GMK whore and almost everything I have has GMK sets on it. But I have, I had to buy Izakaya. Like I go to Japan all the time. Massive fan of Japanese whiskey, culture. I bought the full suite of this set pretty much. So eventually one of these days it'll get on something, but right now it's not. So yeah, like to see what you guys think. Maybe I'll get some comments from you on Discord or something along those lines. Hopefully the Haven 103 comes this week, and if so, I'll do a Friday stream. If it does not come, I'll do it some other time. Maybe it'll be not this Friday, but the Friday after that. And yep, Nyxkeys definitely. Who knows when I'm gonna be going now that I have a little daughter. My wife is already talking about taking her to Africa, where my wife is from, for her 1-year-old birthday. That does not sound fun to me. But if she's going to force that, we may have to get a Japan trip in next year. So we'll see. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. Nyxkeys, let me know the process to send this bad boy back. I'll play with it for a little bit. Keep it out on the desk. I like it a lot. And for every person that's watching, remember there's still a few that are in stock on the Nyxkeys website. A few colors that are still, or not in stock. Sorry, I keep saying in stock. Available for purchase when the group buy delivers. So take a look at that. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Talk to you later. Peace out.